Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Magic! I'm your host as normal, Dom the Expert Calls from VideoGamesUncovered.com. We are playing Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. And yes, every Friday we will dive deep into the world of Magic the Gathering and play some card games. Why? Because Friday Night Magic is an actual thing in real life, and I thought I would incorporate it in digital life. So why not? Join me as we go darn crazy. And I mean darn crazy. Oh yeah. As we play Magic the Gathering 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers on Friday nights. Now, we're going to actually be starting this off in the expansion. Yes, I'm going to be showing off the expansion for you guys. I'll maybe show you some sealed gameplay a bit later on as well. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of the expansion, maybe do a bit of the classic campaign, maybe go online against you guys if you want to play on a Friday night. By all means, we can make this happen and make this feel really awesome. But let's start off with the expansion campaign. I've only gone a little bit into the campaign, I haven't gone too far. And so we're going to start off in Alara. Now you may be wondering, why is there no narrative in this bit? That's because your first opponent drives the narrative. A planeswalker that knows no bounds when it comes to honouring the gods. We face Elspeth with her Hall of Champions deck. And I have to admit, that deck's really awesome, but we are not using that deck against her because that's just stupid. Instead, I'm going to use the deck that I used against her when I beat her the first time round, Avacyn's Glory. If you compare the two decks, you see they are basically similar in every way. Let's see how I do the second time round. I beat Elspeth in my first try. This doesn't necessarily mean she's an easy opponent. I think it's just that I picked the perfect counter deck to her. So we got a nice start here. We got Champion of the Parish, Fiend Hunter, Gather the Townsfolk. I have a nice system going on here, especially with Champion of the Parish and Gather the Townsfolk, because what you can do is lay down Champion of the Parish turn 1. Yeah, he's only a 1-1, but 1-1 for 1. Can't go wrong there. But whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1-1 counter on it. Enter the Townsfolk brings in 2, or if you're less than 5, brings in 5. That can buff the living daylights up for Champion of the Parish. Also, Fiend Hunter. It's a free cost for a 1-3, so he's quite good at just blocking things, but it's his ability. He is basically a living detention sphere. Defeat Fiend Hunter, their creatures obviously your opponent gets their creature back. But the fact that you're able to just take one of their creatures and not let them keep it, I'm going with that. So we're going to start off with 1 land and Champion of the Parish. A very simple first turn play, and that's all we can really do here. See what Elspeth does first turn. Lays down a forest, and nothing else. That's the only problem I have seen with Elspeth's deck. Elspeth's deck normally runs off of minimum of 2 to 3 land to start off, so you might not see much from Elspeth until roughly turn 3 onward, I would say. Now look at this, Seraph of Dawn. That's going to be really good with lifelink and flying. A great creature. I'm going to use Enter the Townsfolk now, because not just does that give me some more dominance on the board, but look at that. Champion of the Parish is now a 3-3, and I can attack Elspeth directly for 3 damage. That is worth it. Because now, if Elspeth played anything with haste, I could inevitably block it with one of my 1-1 tokens. And the great thing is, Hero of the Parish will not lose a 1-1 counter when a human dies. He will simply become more amazing. There's no point playing Fiend Hunter because, well, Elspeth doesn't have anything out yet, not even anything threatening. So we're going to play another Gather the Townsfolk. And you know what that means? Another 2 1-1 counters for Hero of the Parish. Or Champion of the Parish, sorry. I think there's a hero in this deck as well, but I keep getting mixed up. Now, because Elspeth still doesn't have any creatures out, I'm going to attack with all 3, do 5, 6, 7 damage instead. Elspeth is already on 10 health by turn 3. Not good for her. And I still have creatures to block with if she put down haste. But now she has free land and going for court archers. Good card, reach and exalted. Now if you don't know what exalted does, basically what that means is if only one of your creatures attacks, it gains a +1/+1 counter for each exalted creature on the field, including itself. So inevitably, if Elspeth wanted to attack with court archers itself, if it was attacking alone, would actually be a 2/4 creature, not a 1/3, with reach. That's pretty darn nuts. But the court archers aren't really intended to be an attacking creature, they're more intended to be a defensive creature because of their high health. Or high toughness, whatever you want to call it. So what we're going to do is, we have another champion of the parish. Could put that down, could be useful. But the only human we really have is Fiend Hunter, and that's not really a threat. So I'm going to put down Seraph of Dawn instead. Seraph of Dawn has quite a bit to work with. And if I needed to chomp block, I would just use one of these guys anyway, so that's no biggie. It's a 1/3. I'm just going to threaten with Champion of the Parish, because I can easily block it with 3 of my 1/1 tokens. Or you just sack it right off the bat. The trick with Exalted is that Exalted only works when you're attacking. It does not work when you are blocking. So don't think you can have the best attacking and blocking creatures, because it won't happen. Martial Coup. Or Martial Coup, sorry. I keep on saying that wrong. Put X 1/1 white soldier. Say that again. Put 1. No. I'm meaning with 1 before the X. Put X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. A very good card. You don't have 5 because it's 2 cost plus X. So you're just going to get 2 tokens. And thus 2 soldiers were born. This gives Elspeth blocking potential. I don't like it, but there's not much I can really do about it. No point playing Fiend Hunter again, so we're going to go Champion of the Parish. Because at least now, if we get any more humans out, that will trigger. And plus, Champion of the Parish is now 6/6, which is really darn amazing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go Champion of the Parish, and we're going to attack with 3 of our tokens. Damn it, I could have attacked with Seraph of Dawn as well, but I'm an idiot, and I wanted to get rid of those tokens, which is exactly what's going to happen. So you'll take 2, you take that, you'll take that, whammy, you're down to 8 health. Which is fantastic. 8 health, I have land advantage, board advantage, don't necessarily have card advantage, but that's not the biggest problem, and Elspeth's dead this turn. Great. So I'm just going to go balls deep. I'm just going to let out a Fiend Hunter, just for the sake of it. Let my champions flourish and become strong, and then go absolutely crazy when it comes to attacking. Now you may think right off the bat, because this is DLC and this is the first opponent you go against, you may just be thinking, well, this has to be the worst DLC of all time. It isn't. Because Elspeth might be this easy just as a simple introduction to the expansion. So there you go. Beat Elspeth pretty darn fast. Oh, bloody hell, you're kidding me. We unlocked Avacyn, Angel of Hope. I actually have Avacyn, Angel of Hope in my Humans and Angels deck that's now a modern deck because of rotation. But wow, fantastic. There you go. Simple as that, really. So we beat Elspeth. Obviously we don't get the cutscene because I've already been through it, but...
Too many defeats. Too much darkness. Too many worlds defiled. I've learned of a sunlit place where heroes reign. Where the gods are real. I will go there and seek their counsel. Perhaps they will divine my destiny.
Basically, Elspeth then says that she's going to go to a distant land and save the day. or a distant land to consult for gods.
The cult of Rakdos. So you've returned to Ravnica in hopes of finding a lesser demon to bleed.
And so yeah, the story now is that after your fight that you had with Chandra in the main story, which I won't spoil for you guys, you are now on a quest to create this mysterious potion that will give you eternal life. And one of the things you need is demon's blood. So of course you go to the court of Ravnica to find a demon and slay it. And take its blood, of course. And we're going to start it all off with Summoning Frenzy. Oh, this is a deck, or this is an opponent I absolutely detested. But I figured out the best way to take it out is in fact using Elspeth's deck, which I am a fan of. Now, do we get the cards we need early on? In all honesty, no. Finest Hour is really good, by the way, but this is not a good situation. I could draw a new hand, but I really like Guardians of Akrasa. But is that really going to help me in this situation? No, it isn't. Draw a new hand. This is what I like: land and plenty of it. Court Archers and Bant Charm. Bant Charm giving you a chance to destroy an artifact, put creatures on the bottom of the library, and counter instant spells. The key text here is instant spell, because this opponent uses a lot of them, and we'll see, because I'll keep this hand. And the first thing that happens is this: Ley Line of the Meek. If Ley Line of the Meek is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Creature tokens get +1/+1. Not good, because his entire theme is based around tokens. And we're not talking about tokens you can easily block. We're talking about tokens that are going to be a big threat. A bigger threat than what a token would normally be if it was just a simple 1/1 token. Because that immediately makes 1/1s 2/2s. Now, if you are a player of Magic the Gathering, you may know there are tokens out there that are like 6/6s, for example. That turns them into 7/7s. Ouch. And thus, with Dragon Fodder, you now have 2 2/2 goblins. Great. So this is what we're going to do this turn. We're going to take 4 damage of what I'm going to do with my game plan. But here's my plan. I know he's going to use an instant spell next turn because of how he plays. This is why I like Bant Charm, and we're going to see Bant Charm in use in just a second. So I am going to make it seem as if I can't do anything this turn. Summoning Frenzy is going to put down a land, hit me for 4, which I will take gladly. That's 2, and that's 4. I'm now down to 16. Then Summoning Frenzy uses this: Midnight Haunting. Basically putting 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens. These white spirits killed me every time. Why? Because they have flight, or they're flying. So what I'm doing here is using Bant Charm to get rid of it. Counter target instant spell. Goodbye. Not happening today. No spirits for you. Which just delays the inevitable, but it gives us a chance to build up more land and board presence. Because now, we have something that can block 2 damage, in the form of Court Archers. Which is great. In some time, we'll be able to put out Skyward Eye Prophets that will also be able to help us block with Vigilance, or just help us find more land in our library. Or just find more cards in general, which I will probably end up taking advantage of.